InShalla and Ashe. Blessings to you, my energetic beings, and welcome to the Daily Snippet. It is I, once again, your host, Tonya D, holistic Sha'medium and subtle energy surgeon. And it's Sunday Fun Day, November 7th, 2021. And you would know that I forgot that the time changed. So that was super fun this morning. But also in some excitement, we get a new month pillar. So we still have a lot of earth energy, but we welcome a mix of some yang energy as well, the young water there, the pig. So I'm excited about that. But it's this Yin Earth Goat Day. So we still have lots of friendly parallel as far as the energy. Yin Earth is a friendly parallel to a Yin Earth Day. So that's exciting. So lots of juiciness there. You're probably going to be out in the world meeting some new friends that are actually on the same frequency that you are. So it's like friends over enemies. So our water there, however, is surrounded by a lot of earth. It kind of feels like a lake, possibly. And that yin metal is like a pie in the sky. So the water really can't get to it, or the metal can't get to the water actually to nurture it. But there is a lot of inner yin energy today. That's our inner constitution. It's our inner world getting recalibrated. And we only have a yang month branch with the pig there. So movement is really a thing. Movement with communication. Mercury, water is a Mercury kind of element in the four pillars. Not in the Galactic corridor, however, that varies. But a pig for me is a friend to my month pillar. So I think for myself, this is actually going to be a marvelous, juicy kind of month. I don't know how to explain that for myself because I have the tiger on the day branch. So that's kind of why I'm sharing that. But our day is supported. So it's definitely a strong day. And even one, we have a little fire there warming up. It's earth hidden down there in the branch, the day branch. But at the hour of the rabbit, we're going to actually have a trinity of animals that release more energy of wood. So that's growth and also ascension along with transformation. So the pig, the goat, and the rabbit create this trinity where the pig and the rat hour and the ox create a water direction. So, so we have a lot of magic going on actually today. So we should be feeling this kind of transformation. That's the earth energy. Fire's like a little kindling of spirit, the essence within us. So where's the balance in life, right? The fine line of balance. That there is actually the key. And the moon herself is actually at the galactic center, the end of the cycle of Sagittarius. So it really is time to nurture and actually accept the experiences that we've had in our lives. And actually, the best way to heal them is to actually pour some extra love into that physical body. What are you doing to really upcycle your health, your beingness, your body? So it's time to utilize our voice and communicate with our heart, the truth of our heart. So how do we create a space of fairness, create a space of peace or harmony, equality, and authentic joy? So the heart herself, you know, that's the queen of the palace. I would say be in conversation with the queen. Does the queen feel it's fair? Does the queen feel the harmonics? Does the queen feel the balance? Or does the queen literally need a nap? Or maybe she just needs some sacred space. So today is a day to take out the canvas, bust out all the paints, and by all means paint. For me, you know, I use water as a conduit to open me up to receive those creative energies. So with all this yin energy, it's the feminine aspects of nurturing our inner village, our inner selves. Being mindful is actually a thing. Seeing or reviewing the world herself from a higher octave, a higher perspective, that mountaintop view, an enlightened aspect that really starts to bring on a shift or the change. Like we're in this, these streams of change, spiritual change, actually. So it's a day to bring in really what your soul loves, the soul side of yourself, and fill into those channels through your heart space. Does the heart love the state that you're in? So you might have actually a realization that change is in the air. It's like floating. and your inner peace is going to be your guiding light. So do things today that really light up your heart. If you love to cook, by all means, cook. Create that juicy meal. If you light up the world, then go out for a walk and by all means, light up the world. Hug a tree. Use your authentic voice and speak from your heart to the tree. It really is a solution-driven day, balancing the ideas of our mind and tuning into the love that your heart really has. So our throat center is actually online along with our heart center and the shaman's portal. So getting into the pie in the sky, that library, maybe you find a past life soul solution today where you can heal that energetic thread and bring in the you that is on the other side, that has that juicy memo ready for you. It's like this spiritual escalade. Or I'm thinking of when people run off and get married. I don't know why, but that's kind of what it is. You elope. So go elope into the other dimensions. But our throat center is actually online. So you could do colors from greens to blues, the color of the sky to the galactic sky, creating little orbs around your heart, the voice, and also those portals. I would actually take a breath and also a pause. Obviously, I need to do that myself. But what's happening, in the other village isn't necessarily happening in yours. So it's this outer and the inner. So kind of drop the thought, hold the tribe, be in the village that really resonates with you, because we are in the middle of the season of Scorpio, that energy, and opening the door to the season of winter and water with the pig. So the pig is the beginning of the water season, and then we get the yin rat, the opposing animal to the horse, which is, if you're born in the season of the horse or the year of the horse or the hour of the horse, you might feel that opposing force. And also, to finish the direction of water, the ox. That's in the season of Capricorn generally is that transition phase. So we're in the middle of the season of going to the depths of our shadows, the sense dynamic of what's below the surface. So kind of visualize your emotions like a calm pond or a hidden lake. And you can be a beacon as you shine on, as you dive deeper into your shadows. So authentically, it's the magic on the other side. Sometimes just connecting with our shadows is really like having an otherworldly ally. But in order to kind of transform that relationship, you really have to identify it. So really take the time today and also give yourself some space while you either write down or just identify that ally, that shadow. And it's literally like switching your subscription channel, or it's this magical piece of your own personal puzzle. So life really is on this curve. I'm literally seeing like the DNA curving, but it's like literally moving into a new twist with the energy of today and the shifting of the month. So the seed sound is actually our throat. It's our self-expression. It's our voice in the other world, the voice in our head, the inside voice, even how we express ourselves through the wardrobe that we wear, like our outer clothing coming out of that closet. So it's our heart, the love channel, the queen's home or the home of the queen. And also the shaman's portal, which we can access actually through our thymus. So if you're curious about the energetic centers and the collaboration of the ins and the outs, I would actually change your stars as really a collaboration of all the things. I would call it the mystical, magical mind of Tonya D, honestly. And also, I'm super excited about Voices of the Other World. I'm going to keep posting about that one too when I launch it. However, it's going to be limited space, so kind of just to give a note to that, that corridor, I like to limit the space so I can actually create some resonance within that field online in the virtual studio that our world is turning to. But the stone of the day, I went with the citrine. So the citrine really increases our creativity. It protects us from negative energies. It activates our intuition. It really assists in manifesting abundance and wealth and prosperity. It encourages sharing. It promotes happiness and joy. It also increases our self-esteem along with our self-confidence. It's encouraging a positive attitude, enhances concentration. It even assists us to overcome our fears. While at the same time, it increases the ease, the flow of communication and balancing our emotions, instilling inner strength and also inner power. And it can even energetically diminish the symptoms of chronic fatigue syndrome, energetically supporting the healing of eye problems, even energetically with blood circulation. So it can also assist to rebalance our energetic fields to relieve digestive conditions or situations. And also it supports and balances our thyroid. So citrine, it's this yellow to brown kind of form of quartz, but it's got this magical golden yellow that's kind of reminiscent of a topaz, but it forms naturally when trace amounts of iron are trapped in the quartz as it's actually crystallizing. So this is kind of the same process that forms like the amethyst too, but the difference is the citrine forms under higher temperatures. Most citrines really are commercially, they're made by heating up amethyst as this naturally occurring citrine. It's kind of rare, it's different, but it's also known, curiously enough, as the merchant stone because it's associated with success and prosperity. There's even older references that are even rarer because it's been confused with the topaz as well. So citrine has been associated with our solar plexus energy center. It aids again with healing our digestive system, our metabolism. Even though the thyroid gland is typically associated with the throat center, because it's kind of in that position, you can utilize the citrine to enhance the function of your thyroid. So that's a pretty magical stone all in itself. And here we go. So the cards of the day, I went with my consciousness, ascension, cosmic something kind of deck. Here we go. There we go. So the first card I pulled was self-hatred. I really kind of had a hard time with that, just saying self-hatred outside voice, right? But it's part of the Orion's belt. So they had one of the most powerful transformations, maybe possibly the most dramatic of all of the energetic cosmic races, from having this deep-seated pain and separation, but they found a redeeming quality in the connection. So a lot of the dramas and the traumas that are being played out on the earth, those are the soul healing from this Orion experience, the past life kind of stuff. But this energy is this powerful catalyst of change, where we take the courage to heal as we assist kind of the entire village, humanity, society as a whole, to grow into this natural connection that really elevates, like our seeds sound. So it's even like when we aerate the soil. I know I talk a lot about how cats kind of do that kneading thing. It's the same kind of energy. When we do that, when we aerate the soil energetically, then it becomes ready and ripe for growth, the seed, the transformation, through the energy of actually releasing. It's even like a butterfly, really shedding skin, which we all can do. So when we transform, it creates this more prophetic or profound aspect of empowerment. But self-hatred, even saying that out loud kind of lessens my own personal frequency. So you might be not be feeling the self-hatred itself, but it really represents less extreme emotions. But the Orions, they knew it could be helpful to heal the most extreme of an emotional path, to kind of clear it to taking it to a deeper depth, a lower frequency level. So it's like you have to go in order to come out. Even as we're growing up, we're interacting subconsciously with these emotions, kind of with our moods and the energy around us, even people. So self-hatred, or less extreme kind of versions of it, is a reaction to judgments, and also obviously it's a hurtful energy from others that gets imprinted on us. So that also can be very painful. A lot of people, we block out these experiences of the pain with addiction or just avoidance in general. But the message of the card is here to help us to increase our own personal self-love, and don't worry about whether or not you are really feeling that self-hatred. So it's this extreme of emotions in relation, or they're related to it. So release any experiences that you thought you were less than wonderful, like just pop those things out and just be in that perfect expression of your own life, and cherish like the every moment, the every aspect, and all those choices, while releasing at the same time all the resentment, the disappointment, and even the disapproval of things, either from yourself or another. So you could just sit quietly in your center and affirm, I release all perceptions that block me from complete self-love. And, just saying out loud that I love myself as source, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, loves me as well. And the language of this card is actually opening us up to actually having more self-love, so that we have this infinite wellspring, like the bubbling spring of creation enveloping our beingness, our experience. So it's really amplifying our own personal, I would say, our blue codes, or our birthright, our codex of perfection within the imperfect nature form, because even being imperfect is perfect. It's the illusion of the words. So just knowing that you are an aspect of the divine in human form, and you're always ever evolving. So really appreciate your past. Utilize it as a beneficial aspect to your own inner compassion and your own inner courage. So it's really a day or an energy where we can view ourselves and others as a source that we can actually utilize. Just being perfect in this ever-changing energy, and just observe when you kind of judge yourself and find the positive in that potential, in that aspect, and nurture yourself daily with thoughts of appreciation and, more importantly, love herself and the queendom. I would say things like, I am amplifying myself, my own self-love, which actually impacts all of life when you're always pouring more love in your personal chalice. That's kind of the energy there. So it's that opposing force that we can bring in. And then I pulled future creating, the Pleiades. The Pleiades are expanding energy. So this actually represents the expansion of our potentials, our unlimited vital energy potentials, as we move more into alignment with our universal connection. And so we begin as this little burst of potential, and we're expanding through every interaction that we have. So this energy helps us really on our journey through Earth School to actually be as smooth as possible. So it's similar to how balanced parents, when they're balanced, they actually nurture their children to grow into a more empowered individual. But it requires a shift ton of patience, right? A lot of love, discipline, and actually the courage to actually allow them to go down their own river, go down their own pathway at the appropriate stages, however. So they're here really to remind us that we are divine, divinity at our core, and you're fully capable of expanding into your own personal divine potential in your vessel, your human form. So the Pleiadians learned that when we are peaceful and creatively open, that's the corridor where we're forming this future that actually reflects ourself inside of us. So this is our ability to focus really ourselves into peace with our present, and that in turn enhances our future, the future creations. So as we express ourselves in our own personal needs, you're going to find that our manifestations, they all begin to really line up with our heart's desires. So it really is getting into that cosmic flow, you know. And as we do that, we're actually peaceful in our very powerful now, the powerful moment of now. So we're kind of reforming the impact of a negative past, that rear view mirror, from this moment of peace, the thread lines of peace, and then you're attracting that like energy. So this kind of begins to build up our future and also our fortress into this more empowering and also joyful experience, being in the now, the joy molecules. So the message here is really, it's reminding us to be aware of our emotional and our mental state. And it has this greater influence on our future creation and creating your emotional and mental. It's giving it like this ease and this balance and this harmonic. In doing so, we're allowing ourselves to open up to unforeseen, unbelievable solutions, but make those believable. And then you start beginning to attract energy that really matches your improved frequency, your resonance field. So with your open emotional and mental state, those awarenesses, not only are we enjoying our life more and also each moment in the moment, but we're also beginning to form a future that's going to, more importantly, benefit ourselves and others in ways that are unimagined or unbelievable. So again, it's like believe the unbelievable. The language in the card, I mean, it looks like a chalice to me. It kind of looks like oh, the time, the sands of time, if I was to twist it. But this is like this soothing, it's soothing our present moment so that our past is more of a powerful support system of a future potential. And all of it's actually improved or upcycled. So it's releasing fear and trauma as at the same time it's instilling power within us. So again, it's that twisting in the center of the light language. So when we do this, everything is well and it's continually changing and improving all along. So you kind of feel more excited about your future, the one that you're creating in the now, in the moment. So I would say surround yourself with people that are more supportive. Really don't share your dreams with everyone, at least yet, not in the current thread. So it would be something like my future is forming in my present moment, and kind of hold into that. Jot down, write, journal if need be, or create. Go get some clay, do something like that. And the last card I pulled is creativity. This is from the Syrian initiation group. So the Syrians, they really have evolved into this mental and emotional balance. And it really is an aspect where we can easily see the broader picture and it doesn't lose the balance, the equilibrium from emotional disruption or turbulence in that field. So they create with like the long term, the future in mind. And actually, from the present moment, that's actually the catalyst to create the new creation. So this is really soothing to our heart as the heart flows into the depths of understanding, and then it actually builds on the foundation of the Lyran's energy. So the initiation itself is because the Syrians really began to focus towards change and also progress or the evolution. But creativity is the art of living fully in the heart space. So each moment has this creative potential. And the Syrians, they actually understand creative flow and how that is actually the vitality to life. You know, nature is always transforming. It's always in the circle, always. So it renews, it expands, and it also enriches life. Even numbers can really totally be exciting in many varieties, not just in the outer worlds, numerology I'm thinking of, the cosmic highway, numbers floating around, but also in the physical. Even an accountant might love numbers, a scientist might as well. So creativity in herself, that's our avenue to sharing our own unique light and our own purpose out into the world and also with the world. So there really isn't a mistake that's possible, and there's not really a need for validation in doing so. Only having personal joy within ourselves, within to experience the creative moment, that aspect that bubbles up inside of us. You know, sometimes art herself is also created from a painful experience. To create is to give it to life. I'm even writing a book. I was just musing about a book I wrote about all my painful relationships, which is actually humorous now because I reflect on it, and that's the past, right? So you can look at your pain as giving you new life as it becomes healed through the strength of releasing and teaching, writing, compassion, and even growth herself. So this also, you know, a simple way to do it is just you can accomplish it with just a smile, a kind word, a greeting, a gratitude. Um, it doesn't need to be this artistic production either. So we're kind of being asked to open to creating the new frequencies and energies, all the juice, without having fear and just really appreciating our own unique talents and sharing that unique light. So just in appreciating your own personal talents along with the talents of others also allows that inspiration to come to you from recalibrating a past moment of pain and also through them. And in doing so, you create this pain into more self love and also those new creative potentials. So it's like finding your inner voice and finding the voice in the song of life, sing it loud, and more importantly, sing it proud. The language is actually stimulating our innate creativity inside of us. At the same time, it's enhancing the mundane into the sun dance of life, the sun dance. Um, so it's releasing our fears of judgment so we can really express our heart's delight and really just be in gratitude and appreciate your talents along with your weaknesses because they're both equally beneficial. So, you know, kind of take up a creative pursuit, not for just success, but more for the heart's own joy, that bliss channel, and push yourself beyond your comfort zone. That's always exciting to go beyond the zone and enjoy the excitement of the fear of that unknown creativity. Have a like a bliss approach. You could even approach a conversation and a relationship with a more creative exchange, in the flow of the words, the tonalities. So it's like saying out loud and saying it proud that your creativity flows in every moment of your life and looking at that creativity with a heart aspect, a love aspect, because we're all in creation with Creator and loving the creations inside and out, where we can see the beauty in the mundane and just kind of doing the thing or do a jig, if you will, even finding the joy in whatever it is you're creating. Be at peace with who you are, be in harmony, the soul's harmonics, those meta symbols, and kind of be in a state of receiving the love, the kind of love that your heart wishes to actually receive from the other. Kind of open that up and receive it into your own personal chalice and be that love so that energetically you can attract that same kind of love set. Um, so yeah, an affirmation that you could say is like, I affirm that my mind is filled with gratitude. The world around me is in the flow, and my spirit is creatively singing a song inside of yourself, even if you sing it out loud, right? So really stay in your soul's harmonic today, be heart-centric, and sing those songs with heartfelt joy. InShalla and Ashe, thanks for hopping on and make it a magical day. And as always, I will see you on the other side.